I must discuss the importance of thoughterry in our society. But what exactly is thoughterry? Well, a thought stands for that hoe over there, which can be mostly referred towards the females, but not the males. Now, you may be wondering, what's so bad about a thought? What have they done to us gamers and intellectuals? Well, let me tell you, boys and girls, thoughts thrive on social medias. I'm talking about the MySpaces, I'm talking about the Facebooks, I'm talking about the Snapchats. So, before we can get into the steps on how to avoid the thoughts and their promiscuous ways, we have to understand the history of the thoughties.
Bruh. Bruh. Bruh.
Thoughts date back all the way to the Mayan times. Many people believe that the Spanish destroyed the Mayan civilizations through disease and pilgrimages. But that's not entirely true. There's a subcategory of higher beings in the Mayan order. They were known as Thotarus, Thotis. The Nazi scientists uncovered these people, these idols. They thought they would be the super Aryan race that they wanted, but alas, they were thoughts. They lured men, and they treated them as queens. But a select group of people saw them as thoughts, and they rose up and tried to eradicate them before they could spread all over the world. But alas, thoughts, they spread like bacteria. The Mayans died, but the thoughts thrived. Soon, in the 1930s, German scientists would go to the Mayan ruins and uncover an ancient race of thoughts. And what they didn't know was that the thoughts were sealed in a tomb so they wouldn't hurt anyone, so they wouldn't break anyone's heart. But alas, these Germans, these Nazis, they released them to the world because they thought they were the superior Aryan race. But alas, they were not. They were thoughts.
Bruh. Bruh. Bruh.
If you're not part of the Thought Patrol, it may be hard to detect thoughts, but I'll give you a couple key hints to detect thoughts in the wild, perusing around, trying to take advantage of you as a gamer and as a gentleman. Now, rule number 1 about thoughts. You can detect their thought if they use slang or they're not very educated. And this can be pretty apparent when you're talking to them or texting them. If they can't write properly, there's a high likeliness of them being thoughts. Just keep that in your mind. Second, on the Instagrams, if their boot is out like this, and their hands are like this, and their lips are like this, and their belly is out like this, there's a high, almost a 98% chance they are a thought. But that's just a tier 3 thought. There are 3 tiers of thoughts. Tier 3 is what I was talking about. The low of the low. The unholy trinity of thoughterry. But a tier 2 one is much harder to detect. They may be a little quirky. They like to read books. They have a little bit more education to them. They got a little bit more class. They got a little bit more of physique. And this is the type of person that you would get fooled by. But type A thought will use you, emotionally manipulate you to a point where you want to kill yourself.
Bruh. Bruh. Bruh.
Thoughts, are they people? No. They're below us gamers, us intellectuals, obviously, but they're much further down the food chain of life. Below crustaceans, below bacteria, even below plankton. They're a subspecies that preys off of our intellect and our resources, really. From this video, you can take all the lessons of how to avoid thought, what a thought is, and the history of the thoughts. And hopefully this will help you in your crusade against women and minorities.